Hello there and welcome back to episode number 6 of our Blackburn Rovers career. We're taking them from the Championship to the Premiership and hopefully beyond. So let's get on with this episode. We've got Stoke at home and Blackpool away from home, both in the EFL Championship. Now, the biggest thing that is coming up for us is transfer deadline day. We're currently on the 25th of August. Deadline day is in 7 days, and we've scouted and had a quick look at a young player called Victor Bobson. Now, I'm desperate for a defensive midfielder, someone who can play in that CDM position, hold up the floodgates between our defence and their attack, nip it in and grab the ball. So Victor Bobson, after scouting, looks like that type of player. I'm going to try and get him on loan for the year. His wages aren't too bad, so I'm happy to cover them at 100%. But the problem is his club do not want to let him go out on loan just yet. Integral to the team is what they're saying, and you can see why, to be honest with you. 3.5 stars as a deep line playmaker, a 22-year-old Brazilian. So instead of trying him out on loan, which we keep getting rejected, let's try and bring him in on a permanent deal for a transfer. Now, his transfer valuation is 325k to 3.2 million. So what we're going to do is we're going to offer his club at the minute, Santa Clara, a nice package, what I feel is a nice package, 150k up front, a couple of appearance based fees, and then we'll go for someone that are more, highly unlikely. Is Brazilian defensive midfielder. I'm not too sure he's going to make 10 games for Brazil, but we'll put it in there as a little bit of bait, hopefully, for the club. Put in a percentage of profit for next year, and let's see what they come back with. So as we go forward, Joe Gelhardt, we put a loan offer in for him. He's a 20-year-old striker at Leeds. 100% of his wages going to pay at 5k a week. An advanced forward striker. Leeds have said yes. Will Joe say yes as well? I really do hope so. That'll bring us in some attacking strength. And it means that we don't have to rely too much on Diaz. And talking of Diaz, he'll be hoping to net against Stoke here, who play at a 3-4-1-2. It's more of a 5-2-1-2 when their team is not in possession, as they've got two wing-backs which will sit back in that defence. Phil Jagielka in that team, still going strong. He must be really kicking on now. Be interested to see how they get on. They have Liam Delap up front as well, the young Man City striker. We'll be hoping to keep him contained and not allow him too much space. The bookies are giving us favourite position 5-4. Our run of form isn't great though. 4 on the bounce lost. As we come back to Victor Bobson here, we're going to have to interact with the board as Santa Clara rejected the offer, and the board do not want to get involved in the size. Don't want to give up some more transfer fee to bring in our man, which, I do find a little bit frustrating, but unfortunately that's how it is. So we end our interest here really in Victor Bobson. We'll try and give it one more go and see what type of package we can get put across to them. I mean, a 600k potential value, but instantly they come back with a £2.4 million package and 2 million up front. We have not got that type of money. We can't be risking £2 million up front that we don't have, to be honest, for starters. So a little bit frustrating there. We'll suggest this one. They don't want to accept it. It's 2.3k up in a package or nothing. 35% as well, percentage of profit from the next sale. So almost losing half of our profit if we was to sell him in the future. Let's see if they'll take this one though. 50 goals, and we can offer him 200k for getting that, and a bonus if we win the championship. Is this going to help our cause in any way? It's now a £1.3 million offer, but they don't want to take it, so we're going to leave that where it is, unfortunately. So let's get ready for that Stoke game then. We're 14th in the Championship, they're 18th. A couple of changes that we need to make here, and that's just because of rotation issues. We've got quite a few players with heavy match load at the minute. It's a little bit frustrating that 6 games into the season, we're already having to worry about fitness. But we have to deal with it, and we go into the match. Let's get into the locker room and just see what the players are going to react like with our pre-match chat with them. So here we go. What do we go with here? There's a hands together moment. It's time to end this poor run of form, and nobody reacts to that, unfortunately. So we're going to go individual areas now. And even though I was talking to the attackers then, Kaminski, the goalkeeper, he decided to get motivated from me talking to Diaz, so that's interesting. I wonder if Kaminski's got goals on his mind to hopefully scoring them and not conceding them. So here we go, the game against Stoke is about to start. The players are out on the field, ready for the handshakes as the game kicks off. Let's see how we get on here. 12 minutes into the match is our first replay. Corner comes in. Delivered well, but it was cleared by Stoke City, who've gone on a run here with Campbell. Hopefully we can get this ball back off him. He's played over top. Britton. Oh, what an interesting pass that is. Bradley Dack plays over the top to Gallagher. Goes back to Pickering. Nice one-touch football here. What a bad touch that is from Diaz. You expect a little bit more from him there. Powell on the ball for Stoke City. Flint plays a long ball over the top. Dwight Gale gets on the end of it. He scores. That is not good news for us. Oh, hold on. Oh, the referee's ruled it out. He's offside. So we get a lifeline there. As Pickering picks the ball up. Puts Dack puts Gallagher through. What is that? Is that not a penalty? That was a tackle from behind and Gallagher went down in the penalty area. Referee saying that he won the ball. Stoke City in possession. Oh, Fox smashes the ball past that right-hand post. So as it comes to half-time, we've had 2 shots on target. Stoke haven't had any yet, but they have had a goal disallowed. Our players really need to react to this half-time talk, and they do. Delighted and chuffed, some of them, as they make a quick sub here. Lewis Travis just starting to feel it in his legs, so we'll swap in for Adam Wharton and then put Schmodix on the field, hoping to make that difference. Let's go out in this second half and let's try and do something. We'll give some encouraging shouts to the players. Another shot on target there, so we're up to 3 shots on target as we play a long ball over to Diaz. Diaz gets it. Oh, he puts it past the right post on the outside. Diaz now fatigued as well. His conditioning going down. As Blackburn take a throw in, we win the ball back and then give it away straight away. Stoke waste that and lump it over the top, but we take possession. Pickering down the left-hand side. Plays infield. Dack, nice pass there. We've moved it from left to right. Britton goes into the box, puts it across, and there is Brereton Diaz. What a finish. Well played. 1-0 up. 15 minutes to go. We have to make some subs here just to make sure that we've got enough legs in this team to see it through to the end of the match. So we give Sarr a run out. Unfortunately, Bradley Dack's going to have to play in the right midfield area, dropping our mentality down to cautious. We don't want to take any risks now. Stoke still haven't had a shot on target. So we're telling the team to focus. 88 minutes. Look at Pickering here. If that isn't time wasting, I don't know what is. Gives it to Gallagher. Puts it in the box. Oh, Bradley Dack puts his header over the bar. Still attacking. 89 minutes in. As we should get the ball there. Oh, Gallagher. Surely if Gallagher puts a tackle in there. No, it's a ball through the middle. Good block there. What has happened there? Our player has blocked the ball. Stoke City luckily end up with it. Put the ball into the box. And of course, it's Liam Delappa we spoke about before the game. Puts it in the back of the net. We've gone very attacking mentality here. I want the win. I am desperate for a win so badly. Stoke on the ball. 92nd minute. That is a risky back pass. Kaminski with the ball. 2 minutes left of the game. Can we just see this out here for a draw or even pinch a win? I don't think so. Oh. Stoke City score a goal in the 93rd minute. And they've taken the lead with a minute of the game to go and won the match. What has happened there? Stoke City have won that match 2-1. 2 goals in 3 minutes in the 90th and 93rd minute, and they've pinched the match off us. I think I have to take some of the blame there for going ultra attacking with 2 minutes to go after conceding. Oh, that is just stupidity. I can't believe it. Oh dear. So there we go. Of course, Alex Neil pleased with his comeback. His team grabbing them 2 goals as we're taking a little bit of flack here in the press. It's not really what I wanted to see. It's not really what I wanted to happen. How have we thrown that win away? That's so frustrating. But we have to move on, and with the transfer window starting to close, let's look at some of these players that our scouts have gone out and done for us. But I was just having to think, could we be a little bit cheeky here and look at some of these bigger clubs who have some reserve players sat about not doing too much? So the first one I've looked at here, obviously Manchester City, got 3 players scouted from their young players, and one of them is Cole Palmer. One quick look tells me we ain't getting this boy in, and then we tried to get the loan anyway, and Man City said absolutely not. But I seen he had £25,000 worth of wages, and that wasn't for us either. Reece Oxford is a centre-back for Manchester United, 23 years old and English. He's up for loan, but when we went to inquire on how much we could get him for, they wanted 50%. We offered 0, and then they come straight back and said, actually, we want 90%, which is £27,500 a week. We have not got that budget. We won't be paying that, so we cancelled that offer straight away. It was only a bit of cheekiness, but we'll see anyway. Joe Gelhardt, he has accepted the move to come from Leeds and start playing football at Blackburn Rovers for the 2022-2023 season. So hopefully we can use him to our advantage and help Diaz take some of that burden off him. Now Blackpool are up next. It's a 4-1-2-1. Put my teeth back in there. We'll get onto them in a minute. But yeah, again, just a couple more scouts here. And one that took my eye here was João Pedro, Brazilian 19-year-old centre-back. Now, A-, our scouts are saying, terrific signing for the future. And let's be honest, I can't sign anybody right now. So we might as well use some of that budget up and sign a lad for the future. Now, we put a little transfer offer together, £250,000. We thought that would get it over the line, and it does. So I asked the director of football, do you know what, you take this contract offer? And he said, no thank you, I want to speak to you. So we go through and we put him an offer in, and this is where it sticks for me. How can he be offering? How can he want 1.2k? Agent fee was high, signing on fee was high, but this is the sticking point for me. You wanted 10 months deal only, so I can pay the wage, that's not a problem, but I want you here for 2 years at least. And he kept rejecting, and talks are broken down over that. So we won't be getting him in because I'm not happy to sign him on a 10-month deal. Now, Mikel Eagle Ellertson, that is a mouthful. Centre mid, 3 stars, B+ for a superb signing. 20 years old from Iceland. He just looks like he can do a bit of everything. A little bit of tackling, a little bit of finishing, a little bit of putting it forward. Natural fitness was great, and he's very interesting alone. So I think he looks like the type of player that I need in this side at the minute, just to free up other people and give me some depth in, in the central midfield area. We're going to give him 10%, which is £650 per week, and see if that his club will accept that as a contribution to his wages. Hopefully just sweeten the deal a little bit. Not too sure what 650 quid actually does though. We'll have a look at our tactics as well. I'm going to play a 4-2-3-1 for a couple of games. Just trying to mix it up and see if the players react a little bit better to this, playing them in natural positions rather than ones that are not due. As Ellertson, his club have actually accepted that offer now, so waiting on Ellertson to come back to us. Adam Wharton's starting to gain a little bit of interest from different clubs. I'm not happy with that. I want Adam Wharton to stay here for the season. So what we're going to do is we're going to put him unavailable for loan, hopefully to just stop his head being turned by other clubs coming in for him, and fend off that interest. As we get ready for Blackpool then, like I said, the 4-2-3-1 formation. Gelhardt going up front, and we'll put Brereton Diaz at left wing now. Hedges in the middle with Dolan on the right wing. Travis is a little bit injured here, so we're going to have to make a substitution. Well, a swap to the starting 11 already. So we move Hedges out to the right midfield, Dak into centre attacking mid, swap and put John Buckley into the squad. So here we go, Blackpool team sheet, it's here. Michael Appleton is their manager. Let's get the players ready to go out there and grab themselves a win. That's desperately what we need at the minute. The attackers don't respond well to our pre-match talk. As we go down the tunnel, we're on the pitch, the players are getting ready. The game's underway. Let's see how we get on here. Blackpool early, shots on target. They've got 2. They're quite dominating here, Blackpool. There's a throw in. They put a long ball into the box. We clear it, but straight to a Blackpool player. Oh, he's fired a shot over the bar. Half time is here. Not much going on, unfortunately, in that half. We end up getting 3 shots on target. Hopefully we can get the players going in the second half. 0-0 at half time is not the worst place to be, and obviously you'd prefer to be winning, but it's not a loss and it's nothing conceded yet. Does Blackpool make a change at half time? We're starting to give some encouraging shouts to the team. Get your heads up, get ready for it. There's a press from the front there. Blackpool playing it round the back. They look very confident doing that. Play a long ball up top. They don't win that knock on. We get possession here. Travis moves it back to the centre-backs. Wharton on the ball. Passes to Buckley. Travis plays it through, but it's too direct and it actually hits a Blackpool player on the head and they counter-attack now and they put it in. Oh. And yet again, the story of this last couple of weeks has been that Blackburn have conceded first and are now losing. We concede a goal again. So disappointing. So we have to make some subs here and try and rescue a result. Travis comes off. He had a pre-match knock. So we swap him over for Pape Sarr, who we took from Tottenham. Diaz, his time is up as well. And just shore up the defence back there. There's 10 minutes left. Can we get anything out of this game? Firing up the players. It's not really gone down well. 90 minutes is here. 4 minutes of added time. Doesn't look like anything's going to happen for us. And it doesn't. We lose again to Blackpool. 1-0. This is now 7 or 8 games on the bounce losing. It is so frustrating. But luckily, we do have something we can do about it, and that is the transfer window. So here we go. It's transfer deadline day. You can see it on the screen. 15 hours left to count down. Just having a look here. Is there anyone in our team that we want to let go? More than likely not. And here is our first player that we're very interested in on transfer deadline day. He's called Romarinho. And he's a 28-year-old Brazilian winger, A-, terrific signing, 3.5 stars. We're going to try and take him on loan, offering 10% of his contract. His club weren't happy with that. They wanted 60%, which equals £4,500 per week. So what we're going to have to do here is amend the transfer budget. Now, we're not bringing anybody in on a transfer. It's all loans. So it feels a little bit more comfortable to just shift the wage budget about a little bit. Obviously, we need to make sure that comes back in line, but we offer a contract to Romarinho, and he's been given a British work permit, and we can finalise that deal. His club have agreed to let him go, and the winger has decided he's up for the challenge at Blackburn Rovers, so we confirm our first deal, and our second deal is also complete. Mikel Eagle Ellertson, the centre midfielder that we had a look at before, we get him on £650 per week. That's great for us now. So we'll register them 2 players in the squad. A couple of under-21s who don't need registering there, but we get our 2 new boys in the squad. It's really good for us. 8 hours left of transfer deadline day. And we have our first monthly board performance review, and it's a C. They are satisfied, but we'd prefer some more B's and A's on that sheet. Delighted with finances. And you can see why, because look in the wage budget here, we're 16th in the league for the highest wage budget per week. Burnley are the biggest spenders of this transfer window with £22 million spent. Not bad for some if you've got the money to spend it. But that comes to the end of this episode, number 6 in the series. Yes, we did lose 2 on the bounce again. Yes, we're having an 8-match losing streak. But this transfer window, we bought new staff into the club. Let's hope we can turn it around. So make sure you check out next episode. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking. Cheers for watching the video.